everybody, it's Katie from Live It Well Nutrition. Let me ask you, have you been feeling a bit out of sorts? Are you more tired than usual? Have body aches, headaches, and a stuffy nose? I'm sorry to say, but you might have a cold. Now that the season is changing and the crispy fall weather is upon us, I'd like to share 3 tips on how to fend off a cold this season, or pass it quicker than you did in other years. Hey, if we can avoid the sick train, let's do it. These 3 tips are completely safe for pregnancy. Please note though that these tips are not for babies or infants under 1 year old, as some of my tips may cause botulism in babies, but I'll mention those when they come up. Tip number 1 is garlic, but not just any garlic, raw crushed garlic. You see, allicin is a powerful antibacterial found in the cells of garlic that once crushed and exposed to air is released. Garlic can be tricky though, and does interact with some drugs, especially statins and other cholesterol lowering drugs and blood thinners. So please, if this is you, advise your doctor or naturopath before doing anything radical. Now, here's the obvious question. How are you supposed to eat raw crushed garlic, right? One trick I've used myself is to coat a warm piece of toast with dairy-free cream cheese or hummus. By the way, dairy-free is important if you are already sick and congested. Then you simply use your garlic crusher or carefully use the flat side of your knife and crush the garlic, spreading it over the top of your toast and mixing it in with the spread. It is perfectly fine to eat the remaining shell of the garlic that is left on the crusher, by the way. Traditionally, mothers have given this to their children plain, which can actually be very painful and burn the inside of a child's mouth. This tip is old school, but not that old school. Spreading it on dairy-free cream will have a tiny spice to it, but will be much more cooling and balancing. Try it in a cucumber sandwich. Some kids may not even notice this garlic ingredient is there. Children will take this nicely with toast or with a spoon of honey. That's something that may cause botulism, and you don't want to give that to kids under 1. Just be sure you don't cook the garlic. If you are pregnant also, be extra cautious of eating garlic that is stored in those oil containers, those glass containers on grocery shelves, or garlic stuffed olives. This is only because if the garlic wasn't cleaned properly, it could harbor tiny amounts of soil that contains spores of a bacterium that may further lead to botulism. It seems backwards, right? An antibacterial that may pass you a harmful bacterium. But this is because the antibacterial qualities are when crushed or chewed, and garlic cannot prevent bacteria being passed into your digestive system when you eat a piece externally coated in the harmful bacteria. Having garlic in tea or in your meals is beneficial for other reasons, including capsaicin, which is found in spicy foods and could also break up that nasal congestion. But again, for warding off the cold this season, eat your garlic raw and crushed, not chopped. Okay, enough about garlic. My next tip is a pretty common one, which is to consume your vitamin C. This includes oranges that are so popular this time of year. This may seem like an obvious tip, but it turns out that there aren't actually a lot of studies that support vitamin C as warding off a cold or flu, but rather it is effective for shortening the cold's lifespan and symptoms. Unlike fat-soluble vitamins, which we can hold on to and store, vitamin C is drained out in our urine every day, so we need to consume it continuously in our diet. This is especially important for pregnant women, as you need to supply first your baby and then yourself. If you only eat enough to supply your growing belly and not enough for your own needs, then you're most likely to get sick easier, as your immune system isn't at its optimal state. People who are more prone to catch the common cold are seniors, children, and pregnant women. This doesn't even begin to mention vitamin C's other benefits: glowing skin, optimism, absorption of iron, immune system health, etc., etc., etc. And it also has a bit of an antihistamine effect, which can reduce your nasal symptoms. Kids generally enjoy fruits, but if they are too sick to eat, I bet they aren't too sick for Nice Cream, which is a thick ice cream-like smoothie made of frozen bananas, and the flavoring citrus fruits of your choice. I personally enjoy adding orange juice, ginger, and medjool dates mixed into my banana smoothie. It's so good. Probiotics are my third tip and are essential for a healthy immune system. If you're not sure, probiotics are beneficial bacteria that live within our microbiome, our gut. We are born with none, but are first introduced to it as we slide through the birth canal, lathering up with our mother's vaginal fluids. Then we are exposed by drinking breast milk and laying with her skin to skin. This journey continues from there. This is a big, giant passion of mine, especially in relation to birth plans and the first year of life. So keep posted, as I will continue to make videos on that stuff as well. Now, it's important to understand that we all have a balance of friendly bacteria, probiotics, that promote a healthy immune system. But with that, we also live with the harmful bacteria. We need to keep a special balance with this in order to thrive with our health. But the modern diet is filled with the bacteria cultures that we don't want and nearly void of the bacteria that we do want. Sushi is one example that comes to mind, even though none of you pregnant women watching can eat sushi. Sorry, but let's just go with it. Wasabi is a fermented Japanese horseradish that traditionally accompanied raw fish, or sushi, to kill off any harmful bacteria growing on the uncooked fish. This is good bacteria literally fighting the bad to protect our immune health. But nowadays we have pastes that taste like wasabi but aren't truly fermented. And that's just one example. Kombucha, though, is a great option, and I take a lot of this when I am feeling sick. Don't take too much of this if you're pregnant unless you have it on a regular basis, because it does have a strong cleansing quality to it as well. Hey, fermented pickles might suit someone's fancy out there. Sauerkraut, kimchi, and other fermented food are all great for strengthening your immune system and warding off a cold this season. A few side notes is simply to rest, drink plenty of liquids, avoid coffee if you can, and definitely avoid dairy if you're congested. I would steer clear of dairy anyway. I hope you found this enlightening, and I wish you all a very healthy season this year. This is Katie from Live It Well Nutrition. Live it well, because you only live once.